From sugarcane in South Louisiana to cotton in the north, Hurricane Delta struck a blow to Louisiana's cotton crop. TWILA's Karl Wiggers heads back up to cotton country to see how the crop handled the unwelcome wind and rain.
Farmers are ready to put this year behind them, but before they can do that, they must finish harvesting this year's cotton crop, a crop that's again been hit with a tropical system. The latest to hit this crop is Hurricane Delta, which dropped up to 15 inches of rain on parts of Louisiana's cotton crop.
The biggest loss with Delta, I think the past storm, it's just kind of kicking us while we're down a little bit, our fields that are going to go underwater. If you have cotton that looks like this behind me that goes underwater, you're going to lose from that water level down. It's just not going to be any good.
Trey Price is the interim cotton, corn, and grain sorghum specialist at the LSU Ag Center Research Station in Winsboro. He says rain is just one half of the equation.
The other losses would be due to wind and rain, the combination of wind and rain, and you have droppage. At this point, we don't have solid numbers yet, but I'm hearing reports of up to 15 to 20% of the cotton on the ground, which is what we call drop.
Another factor will be seen later on when the cotton is picked and ginned. Price says the quality of the cotton, which goes down with each rain, is really taking a hit.
If you've got mature cotton in the field and you get a series of rainfall events and you have the cotton's defoliated, your quality's steady going to go down. And your harvestability goes down too. You'll have, it gets real stringy. You can see the cotton behind me is real stringy. It's not fluffy. And so you may have tagging occurring, things like that. So it creates harvest problems.
Farmers in North Louisiana cannot afford problems like that this year. Many farmers north of Interstate 20 were late getting their crop planted this spring, putting farmers in that region way behind schedule. Price says farmers in central Louisiana had a better spring for planting, but are struggling to get the crop out.
In central Louisiana, I'm really concerned about the growers there. As far as that, they got the crop planted on time, but they're really taking a beating here at harvest. Because of course the hurricanes are going to be more severe. Even, it's 75 miles as a crow flies from here to Alexandria. But you look at Alexandria this year, they've had 2 hurricanes and a tornado there at that research station. So they're really taking it on the chin.
Price says the range of acres harvested varies greatly depending on many factors, but central Louisiana is behind the rest of the state.
I'd say they're 25 to 40% harvested, somewhere in that range. Talked to a lot of agents last week ahead of Delta and got some numbers, but I suspect that those estimates went up 2 to 3 days before the storm because the growers were out there hustling, trying to get the crop out of the field. I've been happy with the yield reports that we've get, considering what the crop's been through here. It's taken a long time to get it in. It's been a long season. 2020 has definitely been a year for the record books.
Those are record books that I know farmers and all business owners are ready to close.
If our growers can stay in the game after this year, they can take anything.
Price says what farmers really need is about 7 to 10 days of weather just like we have right now. Sunny, dry, and a light breeze so that they can finish harvesting this crop and put 2020 right behind them. And Avery, that's where all the farmers are ready to go. They're ready to go to the off season and get their fields ready for next year and hopefully a better crop.
Yeah, I seem to remember folks saying we want to get 19 right behind us as well.
Right. It seems like a common theme, but I wanted to follow up. Last week, I shared a story about Marshall Hardwick. They finished harvesting their crop. I know we said that in the tag. They finished harvesting minutes before the rain set in there in Tensas Parish from Hurricane Delta. So that was really fortunate, and I was glad to see that.
So how is harvest looking up there? Is everybody kind of in the same area?
It's really all over the place. North of I-20, and we talked about this in the story, Trey Price was saying north of I-20 was really late getting their cotton planted, so that it was a struggle really. So, some of that cotton isn't even defoliated yet. They're so far behind, and there's crops, it depends on the parish, on the farm really. There's some parishes are probably 90% done, some are still like 25 to 50% harvested. So it's really kind of crazy right now.
Well, thank you very much, Karl Wiggers. We appreciate that.